coming in internationally from our neighbor Bangladesh. A 38-year-old Hindu businessman who was also the acting editor of a local newspaper was shot dead by unidentified assailants in Bangladesh's Jessore region on Monday evening. The attackers shot him in the head several times and escaped from the area soon after the attack. It was not immediately clear if there was a communal angle to the killing, but it comes against the backdrop of multiple crimes against Hindus in the Muslim-majority country. In the past 3 weeks, 5 people from Bangladesh's Hindu community, including this case, have been killed in separate violent incidents. The 38-year-old deceased has been identified as Rana Pratap Bairagi, a resident of Arua village in Keshapur, Upazila of Jessore. Bairagi owned an ice-making factory in Kopalia Bazar in Moni Rampur. He also worked as the acting editor of a local newspaper, Dainik BD Khabar, published from Narel. The businessman had 1 case registered against him at the Abhaynagar police station and 3 cases at the Keshapur police station. On Monday, he was at his ice factory in Kopalia market when around 5:45 p.m. 3 attackers arrived on a motorcycle. They called him out of the factory and took him to an alley on the western side of the market. The attackers then shot him in the head from close range and fled the area immediately. He died at the spot soon after the shooting. Fear and panic spread across the Kopalia market and nearby areas. A witness said that the attackers came on a motorcycle called Rana out of his factory and then led him to a nearby alley. Following a brief altercation, they fired several shots at him, killing him on the spot. Now, Moni Rampur police has stationed officer in charge, Muhammad Razullah Khan, has said that the motive behind the killing is still unclear. He added that an investigation is underway to identify those involved and legal action is being taken in the matter. This was first of 2 Hindu killings in 24 hours. Rana Pratap Bairagi and Saratmani Chakraborty, 2 Hindu men, were killed by unidentified assailants within hours of each other in Bangladesh, amid a deteriorating law and order situation which has created widespread fear ahead of the upcoming elections. In both the cases, unidentified assailants came to both men's places of work and attacked them fatally. On Monday, a 40-year-old Hindu grocery shop owner who was also allegedly killed in Bangladesh. Sharatmani Chakraborty was reportedly attacked with sharp weapons in Narsingdi district around 10 p.m. on Monday, and the Federal reported that Chakraborty was at his grocery shop in the Charsindur Bazar in the Palash Upazila near of Charsingdi when unidentified assailants suddenly attacked him with sharp weapons and critically injured him. At least 6 Hindu men have been killed in Bangladesh in the past month. To discuss this topic further, joining us on the broadcast is Manan Dwivedi, Foreign Affairs expert. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. A very good afternoon to you. So, firstly, I would like to ask your observation on this entire situation. The people and the administration in Bangladesh is not relating it to a communal incident. They are not saying that this is Hindus being Hindu minorities being attacked over there in the country. Do you also view it in the same way, or something that is happening in a country which is on the edge and hence all people are being attacked over there, or there is a communal angle to this entire the killings that we are seeing in Bangladesh currently?
Well, thanks for calling me on the show. The idea, the thing that occurs to my mind right now happens to be the antecedents which have occurred in Bangladesh in the last 6 months and 1 year. Muhammad Yunus came with a very flamboyant, with a do-gooder and philanthropic agenda. That kind of a positive and affirmative mandate he had. But the kind of hobnobbing that they have done with lethal organizations like Mujahideen, Jamaat-e-Mujahideen, which happens to be one of the key radical and extremist and fundamentalist organizations in Bangladesh. I personally feel the local people might know better, but this is how we at India, we in Bharat, the people of the country, the Hindu majority of the country, that is how we look at it. Because if we go into the past, we are going to find that the Sri Krishna Association, which has a lot of influence in the Bangladeshi society and polity, and is very popular and known for its unconventional but very religious and universal peaceful ethos that was targeted by Muhammad Yunus regime around 1 year back. I am referring to the incident of Chinmay Anand, where they said they alleged that he removed the Bangladeshi national flag with all due respect to the Nishan, and he replaced it with a saffron flag. So it might be a narrative in the making, but if you see it, then the minorities have been more regularly attacked, tormented, and suppressed in Bangladesh since the fall of the democratic regime in Dhaka. I personally feel that there happens to be a tirade against the minorities, which will actually wash off all the good offices and positive air that Bangladesh 2 years back was enjoying all across South Asia or all across the global polity. I will also say that since the regime change has not been good for Bangladesh, which has been orchestrated by the deep state in America. I am not saying President Donald Trump or Republicans, but the larger deep state in America and the West, and that has not augured well for the general image, the visage, and the upkeep of playing for keeps in Bangladesh. This is one thing which occurs to me. And apart from that, I am no constitutional expert, I am not a legal hand, but still, if we look at the basic precepts of the Bangladeshi constitution, then I may refer here to Article 21 and 28 of the, what do you call,
Right.
the Bangladeshi constitution, where we can see that it completely directs the government and the people in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, to have a secular orientation, where there need not be any discrimination and exploitation in the name of caste, color, creed, or any sort of linguistic or
Right.
ethnic criteria. So
Right.
that is very clearly mentioned in the Bangladeshi constitutions in Article 21 and 28.
All
But
right.
if we look at the founding clause, if I remember it correctly, it's the clause 2 of the Bangladeshi constitution, then it also dedicates the entire people and the entire establishment of Dhaka to being an Islamic state.
All
Now we
right.
have got so many good Muslim friends, and look at the country. We had Abdul Kalam sir as our president of the country, the first
All right, sir.
education
All
minister.
right. I'm
So
sorry
that
I have to interrupt you, but that's all the time that we have on the broadcast right now. In fact, we're wrapping up this bulletin and slipping into a short break.